Hi everyone, welcome back to my show, Chats ya Mercy, and I'm your host Mercy. And today I hope everyone is having a lovely day. And today I'm with a very important person, but someone from the hood, someone we all knew, someone we saw around growing, and we saw how he evolved. So I'd like to introduce everyone to Brian the Beast. I call him the Beast because he is the Beast, the best gamer I know in Kenya. So Brian, tell me more about yourself.
Thank you for that. That introduction was very hype. Call myself local man, but yes, in the gaming world, I'm known as the Beast. I love video games. I preach, talk, live for video games. And what do I do? I have done almost everything in life in terms of work, from being an artist, being a bartender, being a graphic designer, photography. And why did I settle on video games? Because for one, it saved my life.
Yeah.
And then secondly, I've seen something in it that can not just save myself, but I can serve the larger community with. Gaming is that one language that even if you don't speak the same language, you can understand each other. So these days I'm all about gaming, gaming tournaments, gaming conventions, talking about gaming, game design. That's what I do these days. Yes.
Okay then. Can you tell me how your gaming journey started?
If you knew me, you know very well. Well, we went to Olympic Primary School, so
Yeah.
I grew up around Olympic, and I started gaming at home, and then things went bad at home, so I used to go to gaming dens, and the first place I went as a gaming den was called After Homework. Yes, after homework, we used to go even before we finished the homework. So this is where I discovered video games. I discovered them as a kid. I mean, before I got to class one, I was already playing, and I've been playing ever since to date. Right now I'm 31, so that is yes, I've been
That's
playing video
enough
games
years to play this game.
yes.
So throughout your journey in gaming,
Yeah.
what is the positive thing you see in gaming and the negatives?
Positives and negatives in gaming. Let me start with the negatives. It can be addictive at times, or it might be perceived as addictive, and I will explain. The reason why it is seen as addictive is you have to spend a lot of time on screen. So the thing is, it's like you're living a life. It's a virtual life you're living.
Yeah.
And there's so many activities happening in there. I mean, if you're playing Grand Theft Auto, you have businesses you have to run, you have missions you have to do, you can drive around the country so much. But in real life, it's seen as if you're sitting just looking at a screen. So for people who don't partake in gaming will never understand what it is you're doing. That's a negative also, because you're spending a lot of time sitting and not doing so much. But in reality, you're doing so much. All those things you're doing on screen, you're using your mind. Number two, for people like us, we didn't have money. So I remember kids, not me. I never stole money. Kids would steal money to go and play video games because it was accessible for them. I would skip school. I would not do homework, but go to after homework. So it has different ways to look at it. But for me, I look mostly at the positives, which are way more in English. I learned properly to do it from video games. I mean, you're playing a game, it's in English, you find a hard word. The hard word is the password to a door that makes you finish a mission. So you are
You have
going
to
back,
learn how to
yes, you are
read and
going back
write.
to school. Like I had to go back to the dictionary and look for the word to get the password to open the door to, go to the next level.
Yeah.
Number two, reactions, decision making. Like decision making goes up like times five. If you compare a regular person to somebody who games, a person who plays video games, the decision making is up there on the roof. There are cognitive functions like reactions. They see colors, they see things way faster. I mean, even if they are drivers,
Yeah.
they'd be the best drivers, and that's a living example. If you watch the movie Gran Turismo, it's a gamer who used to drive on sim like what you just did back there.
Yeah.
But now he was given an actual car to race.
And you can do it.
And gaming has a lot of positives, especially the time we're living right now. A lot of this technology you're seeing around us is also inspired with gaming. You look at drones.
Yeah.
If I can fly a drone, even without going to drone school,
Imagine.
and a lot of gamers can do that. Surgery will very soon be done using a controller. So I look at the positives mostly, and there's so much.
Yeah, by there's a lot.
Yeah.
And it also helps, a child, most games, help you with mathematics and other things.
Even socialism, like you'll find a kid who doesn't talk at home, But when he starts playing Fortnite, they're making so much noise. They're in a different world. Like this kid doesn't talk, but when he's playing Fortnite, he's all out there talking to their friends. That communication ability, even in kids.
Yeah.
So people like me don't suffer from communication, even though they say gamers are introverts. I don't
No.
suffer from communication because that's the one thing we do playing games with friends.
Yeah,
Communicate.
you guys will have to communicate through
Yeah.
that. So, if you're seeing someone who, is struggling going through this, what would you tell them? Someone who's into gaming, but they're telling him, watch out on the games, utaenda anywhere.
Okay, so for my example, it's very simple. Like my mom made it very clear from the word go that she was not going to support it. So I started supporting my gaming as early as I was 9 years old. So I would work. I would go fetch water for people, pour trash, get money to go and game, right?
Yeah.
And it was like that for the longest time. What I was here as you watafanya nini, but I had a sense of responsibility very early that I had to cater for my gaming. So for them right now, I would not say to give up, but to balance.
To balance it.
To balance.
Yeah.
So if you're going to school, you make sure you perform very well. Even that when you want to play your video games, there's no reason for you to play because what about we perform shule when you know
Yeah.
soma kwanza ndo una perform then
Yeah.
ukiingia pia kwa gaming it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it
If
goes
you're smart in books, this for you is a walk in the park. It's very easy.
Yeah.
But if you're not smart in books, you can be very good here as well, but it's going to take a bit of time. So it's about just looking at where you are and where you want to head with your gaming. Because gaming has different categories. There is game development where you don't want to play video games, you want to make video games.
Yeah.
There is content creation. You don't want to go make video games or do it as a sport, but you want to have fun and entertain people through video games. And then there's me, esports athlete. Now I want to go play with people, beat them, take their names. So it's very good that you find out early where do you want to go with your video games. Or you can start with I want to be an esports athlete. So you start with that, and then after you have funds, you venture into content creation, where now you make content out of how good you play. And then after that, even game developers can come to you and say, "Hey, we want you to test a game for us because you've been doing this for this long." Yes.
So can you I know people go to tournament. Yeah, so can you tell me the different journeys to gaming? Like how it all began and the struggles you faced?
If I was to list the struggles I've faced in the gaming scene ever since I started, it's a very long list. Let's start with not having the equipment.
Yeah.
I never had equipment for gaming ever since I was growing up. So most of the time I was playing at gaming dens or at friends. So that actually limited how good I could become. Because again, you can't be at your friends for the whole time.
Yeah.
And also when you go to the gaming den, you can't be there for the whole time because you have to work and get that money to go there. And if you're working to get that money to go there, then you're not spending most of the time there. So that was one of the challenges. And then growing up, it was also a stigma. People didn't understand what video games were.
Yeah,
My
true.
mom almost beat me to death because of that. She never understood. So every time I would come back, she would beat me. So it got to a point I had to bribe her. So when I go back home, I buy some food or something.
So that she doesn't get mad at
She doesn't
you.
know. She doesn't beat
It's
me.
understandable.
And then when I grew up, I realized I want to do this professionally, but the equipment was very expensive. So I spent almost half a year saving, and even with that, I still had to get friends to boost me to buy even my first console and TV. And then after that, we move and start going to tournaments and realize they they were not paying out money. So you go, you win a tournament, you're waiting for 6 months to get your what do you call it? To get your prize money. See? So these challenges just kept evolving, but the more you have passion and interest for something, you find ways to survive within it. So within it, I started coaching. Within it, I started creating content, and I became a gaming influencer in the process of doing all that. I did gaming mentorship and just general mentorship because I had passion so much for that space. So it's just kept growing and growing and growing as we went forward.
Brian, would you say that being a gamer, do you need passion or you just need strictly profession?
Everything you do in this life first needs passion. Even before you're a professional, I think that passion is what drives you to become a professional.
Yeah.
It starts with the love from inside.
Yeah.
Because you'll start and you won't get paid, you won't get a lot. So if you're doing it professionally and it's not making you anything, then it's useless. It's almost useless.
So what's the point?
It starts with passion.
Yeah.
It starts with love. So you just say, okay, right now this is not making me anything, but I'm going to push it. And then you go. At some point it will start.
That's it.
Doing things related to
Video games.
That's it. But if you ask me where I see myself in 5 years, if you ask me this, where I saw myself in a year, I would tell you I don't know.
Yeah.
I would tell you less. I wouldn't have imagined that I would travel and go and talk about gaming even in another country in front of people.
By the way, I saw that you went to Dubai. How was it?
Yeah, it was Saudi Arabia.
No, Saudi
It was
Arabia,
called
sorry.
the Future Investment Summit. And what I was going to do was just to enlighten the world about the possibilities and
Of video gaming.
and what do you call it? The this word, where is the word?
It's coming. We'll give you some time.
Yeah, it's like just showing the opportunities underlying with video games and esports in Africa. And you see, if you ask me if any day I would be giving a speech on the opportunities for video games to the world, I would tell you I don't see myself going there.
Yeah.
But I was there doing that. So
Imagine.
in 5 years, I don't know. But what I know is I want to be around video games, doing video game stuff.
Doing something you love.
Yes.
You get.
Yes.
Never time yourself, you guys. Mungu got it for us.
Exactly.
So Brian, me, I wanted to, besides video games,
Yeah.
what other hobby do you have? I wanted to get to know you more.
I have a lot of hobbies. I love art. I'm an artist as well. I love drawing. I love listening to music. I think another profession of mine is watching movies. I've watched so many movies. I can tell a movie by just listening to the people talking. I love giving back. I love mentoring. I love teaching.
Yeah.
I love teaching.
I've
Not teaching kids, adults. I just love teaching. I love sharing what I know because I feel like part of us being in this world is to impart some of the knowledge you have to people who don't have access to that knowledge. So I love teaching, giving back.
To the community in general. I've seen you by there. You've been teaching kids. I also want my kids to, come and you teach them how to play as well.
Definitely. I mean, I'm not here because I taught myself everything. It's the community that's taught me. I've grown in different parts of the community with different people, and I learned from them. And it's something that doesn't happen so much these days with our kids. So I feel also I'm at that space where I can easily coach, teach, mentor, all that. Yes.
Yeah.
And
so
I want to do that.
I also wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Speaking on you teach kids. What is something you wish you had known when you were younger?
Growing up was a trap. They didn't prepare us properly for growing up. I mean, the things we learn in school, they're good, yes, but then you come out here to real life and then you have to unlearn and start learning how to live the actual life.
Yeah.
And that is something that a lot of people are struggling with, failing. Myself, I'm still learning. I mean, yeah, what you learned in school is not what works out here.
Yeah.
In line with that, that's when things start making sense for you. So that is something I wish they told me as a kid.
I wish that's something they taught me as well, because I'm going through the same thing. I'm unlearning a lot of things I learned when I was a kid. Right now, I'm learning to have just an open mind.
Exactly. And having an open approach to almost anything, because it's tough. It's tough, my people. It's tough.
So, my last question for you. So, like, can you join gaming at any age?
Look at me. I have a beard and I'm still gaming. Gaming is for any and everyone.
Okay then.
Any and everyone.
At
As
age.
long as this can fit inside your hands, you're good to go. Or you can hold the keyboard, or you can put your hands on a hitbox. You're good to go.
And with these tournaments, is like, can anyone sign up, or does it?
Oh, it now depends on the tournament. So like FIFA, different games have different ratings. So with the different ratings, it means, so let's say like FIFA has an E rating. E rating means even a 3-year-old can participate.
Play.
But you have 18-year-olds coming to that tournament, you see? So unless you do a tournament for underage and for the older ones, it's okay. But games like fighting games are rated 16, 18 going above. So you'll find there are different age groups for different games. Anyone can participate, but it also depends on the game.
Oh, so each gaming has like an age limit,
Some
age
games
bracket.
have an age restriction, yes.
All right, then, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And there I'm with the beast himself, giving me some few life lessons because I still
Definitely.
need it. You get, yeah. So thank you so much for joining our show.
Oh, and thank you for having me, Marcy.
Yeah.
It's really humbling to hear you say you saw me grow up. Yeah, yeah, it's really humbling to see you guys, even the steps you're making,
Yeah.
even the people you're becoming. And I'm just like, we support each other, we grow each other. I do gaming, you do content, you show me out there, you bring people, I teach them how to game.
Yeah, we want to learn how to
And
game.
that's how we get this moving. Yeah. But thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, truly humbled. Looking forward to the next.
All right. Everyone, make sure to like never give up, man. Don't let anyone tell you what to do, what you can or what you can't do. Because you see everyone out here, anything right now makes it. Yeah, I'm sure so many people told Brian una waste time yake, but ona vile malena fika saizi. You're still doing the things you love. It's better to do what you love than to, force things with your parents.
Na bado. We're
Na
just getting
bado, na
started. We're
bado,
just
na
getting
bado,
started.
na
Anyway,
bado.
follow me on TikTok, IG, The Beast. I want to start sharing gaming content and tournaments and coaching tips.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mwingie huko hivyo mnifollow. At least nitakuwa in touch na nyinyi wapigie stories zangu wild. Alafu I teach you something also about the gaming world, how you can fit in, where you can fit in, and how to get in.
Hebu sema tena, where should they follow you?
The Beast.
The Beast.
The Beast too. The Beast. THEE underscore Beast 3.
On everything.
Yes, on everything.
Instagram, TikTok.
Facebook, everywhere.
All right then.